Hey there, welcome to Coaching with Tally. Good to see you, friends. We are in a series right now all about stepping into alignment with who you most truly are. And we're talking about the cost that it is to not be who you are, the things that you miss out on, that the world misses out on when we perform, when we wear masks, when we do anything out of alignment with our authentic self. There are costs to that. And we're in a series right now all about getting you to a place where you are uncovering the masterpiece, the incredible masterpiece that you actually already are. It's not something that you have to create or figure out. It's in you, and who you are is an incredible gift to the world. And my heart's desire is to get leaders really in this place of alignment with who they are, so that you are in overflow in the world, so that you are living out of a life that you've created, that you love living, where you feel authentic and connected with the incredible gift that you are to the world. And we're getting to overflow that because it brings you joy and it brings the greatest gifts to the world when we connect to who it is that we've been made to be, and we get to overflow those strengths and the beautiful gifts that we have in us, that every one of us has in us, into the world. So my name is Tally. I'm a life and personal development coach, and I have the honor and privilege of getting to work with leaders to create lives of incredible impact in the world that are centered in a place of joy. Getting leaders aligned to who they most truly are, get you in a place where you are firing on all cylinders. I work really holistically. We look at every area of life, and really all about getting you into a place where you love the life that you are living, so that you can have an incredible impact on the world and be in overflow to the world around you. And right now we are in a series. We've been going through several different series. We did having a growth mindset. That was powerful. This last one was all about getting out of the chaos, calming the chaos that is going on, so that internally you can increase peace in your life and live out of that place. And now we're in a series all around identity, really knowing who you are. And this is a journey for all of us. I mean, this is just part of the human condition, is that we figure out at a really young age how to do two things. One, emotionally protect ourselves, and two, have our emotional needs met. So there is, and this was yesterday's coaching was all around what are the core longings, the core deep desires that all of us have in us, just like our physical body needs air and water and sleep in order to survive. Emotionally, we have to have things like significance and freedom and joy and love and peace and security and significance, approval, belonging. There are some more, but those are some of them. So we have these core desires, and the ways that we erect kind of these systems subconsciously to have our needs met, to protect ourselves emotionally, they end up hurting us far more than they help us. At a young age, they do things that sort of support us in getting some of those needs met, but they end up having negative consequences that over time begin hurting us more than they help us. And we get to this place in life, often somewhere around midlife. That's why you hear a lot about midlife crisis. It's this going on, where the coping mechanisms that we've utilized in life to get us what we want and to protect ourselves, they're not really working anymore. And they actually have these negative symptoms, these negative consequences. It's like taking medication to solve one symptom, and it sort of masks that symptom, but it doesn't really deal with the problem. It's masking a symptom, and then often it creates other symptoms that then you have to treat with something else. So it becomes like that at an emotional level. And so really the antidote to it, the cure for this thing that we're talking about, is to know and love who you are, to really come into this place where you live authentically out of who it is you've been created to be. Because underneath all of the masks that we wear, we wear these masks, we scan the environment when we're young to figure out what is expected of me, what is going to get me approval, what is going to have me in a place where I feel like I belong to something bigger than myself, that I'm part of this group, that I have a sense of significance. So we do things to get those needs met, but we end up wearing masks a lot of times because it's not our authentic self. Sometimes we're just like, oh, funny. Okay, people like funny, so I'll wear the mask of funny. Or, oh, okay, if I just do everything right, then I'll have approval. And so you learn to figure out what is it that people want from me or out of me, or what are the things I can do that are going to make them happy? And then you wear perfectionism or people pleasing, or maybe you figure out early on in life that one of your strengths is like you're really quick with your words and you're kind of strong and you can intimidate other people. And so one of your masks that you wear is defensiveness. And so people learn really quickly not to criticize you or not to give you any negative feedback because they'll just get, pounced on. So it's defensiveness is maybe one of your masks. We all have masks that we wear, and they support kind of short term, but long term they hurt us. So my goal is to get you to a place where you feel safe enough to begin taking down the masks and really shining the gift that you are to the world. Because every single person, when they are in their authentic self, they're beautiful. Every single person, when you are free of the masks, people love to be around you. You actually attract people to you. You are a gift to the world. You are a masterpiece because the one that has created you, and this is my belief system. I don't want to put my belief system on anybody else, but I really believe that the great creator of unconditional love has designed you as this amazing gift. As this amazing gift. And when you connect into who that is and you live out of that place, it's an incredible gift to you because you're living in authenticity. There's not that dissonance of what is needed from me. You have more energy because you're not constantly scanning and trying to figure out what you're supposed to be and performing and doing all the things, to avoid conflict, to avoid pain, to avoid whatever the things are that you don't want, and to get the needs met that you do want. So when you can learn to live out of this place of just I get to just be the gift that I am to the world without feeling bad about operating in your strengths, without feeling like there's all these things you need to fix all the time, you will have a fulfilling life. You will have a fulfilling life. You'll be doing a lot of what it is that you're made for. You will be enjoying that because you are made for it, and you're doing those things. You're going to be having a more powerful impact in the world. You're going to be making a difference for other people, and that is so significant. When you can live out of that place, it's so significant. So the big things that I want to leave you with today. So each day we are touching in on something that you can do, an activation that you can engage with right now that will have you learning to love yourself even more, that'll have you living out of this place of authenticity even more, because this is a journey for all of us. I've been on this journey for a long time, and I still have so much to work on, so many places to grow in living out of this place of authenticity. It's a continual journey because we are in a world that, this isn't kind of the norm. This isn't what our culture really feeds very often, unless you have just an incredible home life when you were a kid. This isn't super normal in our culture. It tends to steer us into all of the things that are wrong. It tends to focus you on the things that are unfulfilled in your life so that it can sell you things that will fulfill you. That's part of the whole strategy of media. So my goal is to get you into a place where you love who you are. You absolutely enjoy the gifts and the strengths. So today, talking about the strengths that are in you and learning how to celebrate those strengths. And so I want to actually activate something right here. If you're watching this live, great. If you're watching this as a replay, perfect. So one of the things that will support you a ton is looking at and celebrating your strengths. So right now, I want you to just type in the chat box. This is maybe a stretch for some of you, might be really simple for other people, but I want you to write, the things I love about myself are, and I really encourage you to take the risk and do it here, because it makes it a little bit stretchier, which is a good thing. We want that. And if it's just too much, do it in your journal, but I encourage you to try it here. So write down, the things I love about myself are, and let me just say one thing before you do this, because often, especially people who are I don't want to be arrogant, I don't want to be all about me, that feels really kind of I think I'm all that, I don't want people to think I think I'm all that, that whole process that goes on. My belief is that, and this was a huge breakthrough for me. I was having some time journaling and praying at one point, and I had this sense, it was a really cool picture actually. It was kind of an experiential visual picture of me walking around an art museum. So I could see myself feeling the concrete, beautiful railing and going up these marble steps. And I was kind of just had this imagination of walking around this beautiful art gallery. And I turned the corner and I saw this life-size, beautiful painting of myself. And I was like, it like took me back. I was like, what is going on? And I had this immediate sense that God was saying, you didn't create you. Like, you're a masterpiece. You're this beautiful work of art, but you didn't create you. So you don't have to feel any certain way about how anybody perceives you. Like whether they like the piece of art or they don't like the piece of art, or think it's the most beautiful, amazing. You didn't create it. So you're not going to take the credit for it. And you also don't need to take any of the criticism for it. It's just, you are on display. I'm the one that's created you, and you get to just be. You get to just be and let people feel however they feel about that. And when there are people that are like, it's like the most amazing piece of art, whatever, they're celebrating it, you can just let it reflect the artist whose signature is on that painting. And then the next picture that I saw was that painting, that same painting, stuck in a dark closet under a canvas. And it was like, I knew that it was an invitation for me, because that's a lot of what I would do. I was like, I felt kind of uncomfortable shining like beauty or being on display. Even the things that I secretly liked about myself, I didn't want to have, like, I think I'm so awesome, or look at this about me, or whatever. And so I would intentionally, often subconsciously, but often intentionally, like kind of dim my light. And I would find myself in the back of that dark closet underneath the canvas. And the question was, how does that serve anybody? When you do that emotionally, when you hide the strengths that I put in you, when you dim your light, when you try to not be seen because you don't want people to judge you as thinking you're whatever, awesome or amazing or whatever the thing, like, how does that help anybody? How does that inspire anything in the world? How does that serve as a gift to anyone? Like, it's not helpful for you, and it's not helpful for anybody else. So you recognizing the strengths that I have put in you, you recognizing the gifts that you have to share with the world, that is where there is going to be beauty that gets spread into the world. That's where the light is going to shine. It's going to make a difference for people. So I have painted you. I have made you. You are a masterpiece. You're this beautiful gift to the world. And if you will let yourself be that, not as a reflection of you, but as a reflection of me, then you'll impact a lot of people and you'll enjoy the process. So that was the invitation to me. And one of the ways that I've been invited by God and by other leaders into that is to really look at and enjoy and celebrate my strengths. Not as a reflection of me, but just as something I get to participate in and be part of. So I want you to write in the chat box right now, what are the things that you love about you? And this is a great thing to practice. If this is really hard for you and you're just like, if, you want to focus on all of the negative things, if you hear your inner critic going, yeah, but, like, okay, you kind of have this strength, but also, like, just press through that and look at the strengths that are in you, the things that you like about yourself, and write right now. Just go ahead and put it in the chat box. The things I love about myself are, I'm a warm and loving person. I love growing and I love my customers. Awesome. Yes, I love that. Beautiful. I did this with my Toastmasters group today and I had everybody type stuff in and it was awesome. Things I love about myself are, what are the things that you love about yourself? And if you're catching this on the replay, jump in, play along with this, because it will strengthen you. It will grow you. The more you're able to do this. And I totally encourage you, if you really want to get stretchy with it, this is something I do with friends sometimes. We'll just sit, maybe you guys will think this is weird, but I was in an emotional intelligence training and some of my friends and I did this exercise where we would sit knee to knee and look at each other in the eyes and do this exercise. The things I love about myself are, and just like rattle off as many as we could in like a minute. It's a really good exercise. So if you want to stretch even more, I encourage you to find a person that you feel like is an emotionally safe person and see if they want to do this exercise with you. So this used to be hard for me to talk about my strengths. I used to be like, I don't want to, be arrogant. I don't want to be perceived as conceited. But I will do this with you guys right now. The things that I love about myself are that I am warm, I'm kind, I'm generous, I'm connected spiritually and emotionally. I love the mother that I am, the friend that I am, the daughter that I am. I am really, I was going to say grateful for, but that's not the exercise. One of the things that I love about myself is my playfulness, my creativity, my desire to grow and learn and always be developing. And I love the results that I get my clients. I love my willingness to take risks in order to impact people. So that's what I got off the top of my head right now. So have fun with this exercise. Chat away. If you're thinking of other things, even if you've already participated, you can have like 10 different posts in here. Oh yeah, and I love that I'm creative. Oh yeah, and I love it. And you'll get ideas from each other and celebrate and love the strengths that you are carrying around in you. And let those things be a gift to the world. Focus on your strengths. Give your focus and energy and attention to the things that have been placed in you to be able to make a difference for other people and to be able to enjoy yourself. So have fun with that. I love you guys so much. I will be back again tomorrow. And until then, be celebrating the gift that you are.